It's your boy, TS.
And Jamie, and welcome to the Chronicles of Podcast.
The Chronicles of Bloodstock 2022.
I'm Malli Malpass, semi-TikTok personality, also known as Metalhead from BBC 2's The Ranga Nation, and a mental health advocate.
How was your pandemic couple of years? How was the season, as they call it? I know we're not really out of it, but
It was tough from a mental health perspective. I've always kind of struggled anyway, and having the option to be able to cancel plans taken away from you, because even though I don't do a great deal anyway, I don't really go to the clubs, I don't really go, massive drinking on big benders or anything like that. But having that option taken away to say no, it was really quite insulating. So I struggled. I did struggle. I wasn't on any medication at the beginning of the pandemic. And now I'm on like all the medication.
Oh, dude.
I mean, I don't want to be all glum, but it's a reality of what it was. It was like. As much as I liked sitting around the house in my pants, I was furloughed from my job. And as long as I liked having 12 weeks paid, doing nothing. But there's only so much of nothing you can do, isn't there, before it starts being unhealthy.
Oh yes.
Well,
Yeah. Oh yes.
But we got through it. We're almost at the other side of it, aren't we? So
here's hoping.
Here's hoping. Yeah.
Here's hoping.
Yeah.
But how are you enjoying the good old Bloodstock festival so far, apart from being very hot?
It's incredible. It's such a lovely spirit and a lovely community, and I think this year in particular, there's something a bit different about it. I think the diverseness has taken a bit of a jump this year. Obviously, earlier in the year, Bloodstock had a bit of a boot, didn't they, with the LGBTQ community, which they addressed brilliantly, and they put Stall in again, this year, not again this year, but they got the Derby LGBT in there. And it's really nice. I love people watching. I just wander around and like people watching. I like tattoo spotting and just seeing guys walking around in dresses and being comfortable with it, and it's a really nice vibe. I love it, and the bands have been incredible. The ones I've been able to catch because of the heat, they've been incredible.
Is there anybody you were here for particularly, or anyone you've enjoyed that you weren't expecting to?
Avatar, I was here for.
Okay.
Avatar, I was all the way here for. They were a band that I had no interest in, and sort of unfairly just panned them off as a fad, as a gimmicky band, which I don't usually do. I usually give a band a chance.
Yeah.
But with Avatar, I was like, no, I don't like them. And I don't know why I was like that. And then I caught them at Hellfest on YouTube, and I was like, oh my god, there's something about this band I like. So they're the only band I've watched the full set of.
Okay.
I watched Ferocious Dog yesterday.
Oh yeah.
And my foot was tapping straight off the cuff. It's like watching the Pogues, but rockier,
I've heard good things about them.
Like fantastic entertainment.
Yeah.
And Bloody Wood.
Oh, they were unbelievable.
Yeah, the fact that the way that they've been embraced by the fans is incredible, and they are future headliners. I know Vicky Hungerford posted that they're looking at future headliners, but they've got that presence, they've got that and they absolutely kick ass.
They really do. So obviously we're here this weekend. We're representing the Sophie Lancaster Foundation. What do you know about the foundation and their story?
I know as much as most people do about the tragic incidents that happened with Sophie, and the foundation that was set in her name, and the charity used to combat bullying and prejudice, and just basically trying to make the world a better place, really, and make sure that what happened to Sophie doesn't ever happen to anyone again.
Yeah. So what the current campaign the foundation are trying to run is basically because the government still will not accept alternative subcultures as a hate crime.
Right.
Even though it is, because we've all been through it.
Yeah.
Is that something you've personally experienced, being treated differently because you've got tattooed long hair, listen to metal music, whatever it may be?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Every day, it's that, there's disdainful looks. I very rarely get anything verbally or anything audibly said to me, because I look like a biker. Not today, I don't. I'm in a pink dress. But I look like a grr man, so I'm quite lucky that I haven't experienced bullying in that capacity because of the way I look. I look like I could be a bit tasty, I'm not, but I'm the biggest wimp in the world, and I love a cuddle. Yeah. So, yeah, in terms of, I've seen it with other people, right? You know, and I've seen people been hit just for the way they look in town. They're like going around Bristol. I've seen people just started on just because they were like a little bit different and not even majorly different. You know, so yeah, absolutely. I've experienced it. I haven't experienced it myself, thankfully, but I've certainly seen it. You know?
The reason I wanted to talk to you about this especially is because, as you mentioned, semi-TikTok famous, as you put it, is you're very open about your mental health, and you do the lives on TikTok talking about mental health and stuff like that. And I think it goes hand in hand with what the foundation are doing, because yes, it's disgusting that someone gets beaten up or whatever because of the way they look. But as we spoke to people this weekend, it's the thing that stays with them.
Yeah.
You know, it does affect their mental health. They try and sleep at night and they wake up in a panic because of what's happened to them and whatnot. And I really respect the fact that you're out there just being yourself and being honest and being there for other people to talk to.
Because I've got that platform to be able to do it. You know, I can just talk for Wales anyway. I didn't say talk for England for some reason. I could talk for Wales. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to try and do something with it, because obviously not everything always escalates to the point, and I've said these things on my life as well, not everything starts at the point of violence. You know, with what happened to Sophie, there was a spark there somewhere amongst those individuals that made them take that step. And I think the biggest thing is recognising those behaviours in the people around us and calling them out when we see them. And it's difficult. It's difficult for especially with family and with friends. If you see toxic behaviours or you see people, oh my God, Jer, look at the state of that. You know what I mean? Most of the time we'll go, oh, it's family, you know, it's friends. But those behaviours aren't called out at the source, and that's why you end up with people that can do horrendous things because they've never been held accountable for it. You know, and that's why that's why it's important to me, as well as the mental health stuff, because it really does get people down. It does scar people. It's PTSD. There's no other way to do it. It's not just soldiers in Afghanistan that are getting PTSD. There are people that are being bullied. They're being treated badly just because they're different. And yeah, it's something that we really need to work on.
Absolutely. Malli, this has been amazing. Thank you so much for sitting and talking to us, man. I really appreciate it.
Can I also just say on camera as well that you look phenomenal. I absolutely love it. You look great. I'm just proudly representing in the pink.
Thanks, gents.
No, thank you so much, my friend.
Wicked.